Hello guys, how are you all? Welcome to my channel. So, today we are gonna see, what if Naruto x Princess Shirahoshi, part 1, subscribe if you enjoy the video, let's start the story. Prologue. After downswing so long in Impel Down, he forgot what it meant having a Nakama in order to survive this hellish prison. He entered a hibernation-like sleep to conserve his strength. As he did so his soul was able to move freely, so he left his body and returned to the sea. But even so it was still very lonely until he found one particular ship. It was called Going Merry. When it first felt love, he went to that ship so in order to remember the word Nakama, he sealed his soul in that ship until the day it was destroyed. Being in that ship for so long, going on adventures with the crew, he's never been that happy in his entire life. Now to the story of his days now back in Impel Down. At Impel Down, within level 6. Eternal Hell. Dream. Sorry guys, I wanted to carry you guys just a little bit further, but at last my time, as your guys' ship has come to an end. Mary. I'm no Mary. If anyone should apologize it's us, not you. I'm no good at steering, I rammed you into icebergs and all kinds of stuff, I took bad care of you and ripped your sails. Zoro and Sanji are idiots too, they were breaking your stuff all the time. Usopp tried to fix you, but he wasn't any good at it, we all know that. If anyone's sorry it's us. Don't sweat it guys, I actually found it fun, even the good and bad times I cherished every single moment. You guys helped me remember what Nakama means. I was glad that I found this ship. Otherwise I would have been so lost. So I thank all of you and hope we meet again in person. Mary. Remend, currently a lone inmate sat in a cell in the deepest floor of Impel Down while shuddering at waking up. He has black wrappings all over his body with metal stakes struck deep into the wrappings that were on the ground, along with chains wrapped around his scrub's body. How long have I been here? Days, weeks, years, time really does fly by. The man asked himself as his body twitched under the wrappings. The man looked up at the ceiling even though his face was also wrapped up. I remember I placed my soul into that ship, as my body hibernated Going Merry I felt so free again, but at last I'm still here. I made a miracle happen for what I've done. Luffy, Usopp, Zoro, Nami, Sanji, Chopper, and Robin. I wonder if you guys actually knew that I was really alive. My soul trapped back in this prison once again, spending days or months here without you guys acting, as your ship is no longer possible. The man whispered quietly, but his head bows as he made sounds of crying. I can't even cry, I need water. He whispered with a sad smile on his face. Yes, I'm stuck here for my entire lifetime now, sorry guys, but I guess. The man stopped immediately at hearing loud crafting sounds gaining his attention towards the cage. What was that? The man asked himself in confusion. Ace. When he heard that his eyes instantly opened all the way under the wrappings. Luffy was all the man said, as the wrappings suddenly began stretching like never before, as they began ripping apart, revealing the one inside it. He was a little bony, but even so his appearance was surprising. He was a fishman with a distinctive shark-like appearance. He has pale blue-gray skin with scars on his body. His irises were blood red and slitted, along with having gill-like facial markings under his eyes and more gills on his shoulders and sharp triangular teeth. The man began moving slowly as he stretched, causing his body to crack a lot. His hair was spiky dark blue with streaks of red through it. At last, Naruto D. Hoshigaki returns, the now named Naruto said as he looks up, thirsty. I'm so thirsty. After he said that, he sighs as he was only wearing ragged pants. Naruto just looks both ways, gaining more cracks as he looks at his cell doors. Naruto approaches the cell slowly as he examines the bars. Am I able to break through these? My body is still too weak and I need the ocean. Naruto thought to himself on what to do as he looks at his shaking arms and twitching fingers. Luffy, Usopp, Zoro, Sanji, Nami, Chopper, Robin, as he said it, both hands grabbed the jail cell bars. As this happened he fingers grip the bars more as he grits his teeth, his head touches the bars. Mary, I know the floor of the sea is a dark and lonely place, but don't worry since we're here to see you off. I'm sure you wish he was here, but it's probably best Usopp isn't around. I don't know if he could take this. Thank you for carrying us for so long, for so far, Mary. Luffy. Naruto screamed at the top of his lungs, so loud all of level 6 could hear his scream that shocked the walls from the sound of his scream. Everyone could hear his scream that shocked them. Because of that Luffy didn't run into the cloud of sleeping gas, but instead he looked back down the hall of Impel Down with eyes wide. I'm here. When Luffy heard that, something deep within his heart told him to go towards that voice, causing him to immediately charge straight down the hallway. As he was running down the hallway, he stopped at finding a surprising sight. A bony fishman was laying in his back, taking deep breaths, as Luffy just looked away about to continue, until he heard the voice coming from that very cell he looked at. Don't leave me again, Captain. When Naruto said that, Luffy could only look at the cell in confusion. Do I know you? After asking him that, he heard a little laugh from Naruto. I don't blame you for recognizing me in my real body though. As always, you're scatterbrained when it comes to most things, like a girl's feelings of awkwardness, but tell me, did you actually fall for Usopp wearing that odd mask? Even when I was burning I could tell that it was Usopp. When Naruto said that, Luffy's eyes just widened all the way. Even if it didn't make sense, his heart was aching as he heard his voice, causing tears to fall from his eyes. After Luffy said that, Naruto sat up slowly but moved a little more, so he was kneeling before Luffy behind the bars. Even now I respond to the name going Mary as I told you when I was burning away, and even now I hoped we would all meet again. After saying that, Luffy falls to his knees crying, while both Ivan and Inazuma arrive to witness the sight of one of level 6's criminals bowing down to Luffy. You see, my devil fruit powers allowed me to separate my soul from my body and send it into the sea. I found you guys a week later and stuck to your ship and watched when you guys were off me. I began repairing myself by using a hard object to pound the nails in. Usopp screamed like a little girl when he saw me looking like a ghost. It was hilarious, but it hurt watching you and Usopp argue about me, Naruto told Luffy, who just cried upon hearing his words. Naruto just smoked sadly as he starts speaking again. Listen, you're after Ace, and if you go there you will most likely be killed, but even so I know you won't even listen. So can I come home, back to the Straw Hats, Captain Luffy? Naruto asked his captain, who starts wiping his tears away while talking. I may not really understand, but I know that you're not lying. Though what you're saying is very confusing, even so I just knew you were out there. That last thing you said really got me thinking overnight about it. Luffy told Naruto, who just continued kneeling before him. Luffy, can you be so sure he's telling the truth? Inazuma asked him about his confusion, but he just smiled. Because he's my Nakama, and I know for a fact he's not lying since his eyes showed. After saying that, Ivan and Inazuma still couldn't understand, but even so, Inazuma unlocks the doors using his scissor hands. Naruto walks out slowly past them, but even so Ivan looks at Naruto in confusion. Who is he? After thinking that, he just continues to stare at him while in the back of his head he felt as if he saw him somewhere. I'm gonna go to the Marine headquarters. If I give up now I'm gonna regret it. After Luffy said that, Naruto could just nod knowing he would say that. But first of all, how can you get off this floor? After Inazuma asked Luffy, since he's already sealed off the stairs releasing the sleeping gas. The group heard laughing from down the hall, gaining their attention as they were led to one particular cell. If you want to get out of here, set me free. I can create a hole in the ceiling. What do you think? After the man asked, he approached the bars much to Luffy's shock, while Naruto did not react. Crocodile was all that Naruto said, as the man just laughed with a smile at seeing Naruto. Aren't you a sight for sore eyes, Hoshigaki D? Naruto. After saying that, Naruto's eyes are just narrow. It has been a while, Crocodile was all that Naruto said, as the man just smiles. Aren't you missing something? He stopped at seeing he was far from amused. If Whitebeard and the Marines are gonna start away, I'll take my chance to finally duel that old man. When Crocodile said that, his eyes just widened all the way at hearing there's about to be a war. Luffy, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, but for this situation, it's a bit different. But either way he wants to get out as well, so he'll be needing our help to do so. After saying that, Luffy grits his teeth. He's the man who messed up Vivi's country. He was cut off by Naruto. That was a while back, and besides I doubt he wants revenge, but anyways once I reach the ocean he will no longer even think of going against us. Naruto told Luffy, which caused Crocodile's eyes to narrow at hearing that. As always, you're a nuisance even 5 years ago. After saying that, Luffy looks between the two. Do you know him? After asking Naruto, he just nodded. Yes, when I was 15 we met through I beat his devil fruit powers with my devil fruit powers of the Osos fruit. After saying that, Crocodile glares at Naruto, who just continues. I know your weakness including my devil fruit powers scare you. After saying that, the tick mark on Crocodile's face grows in anger. The other prisoners started getting wild, but Ivan put an end to it quickly. Have mercy on me. When Naruto heard that voice his eyes instantly widened in shock as he turned to meet the eyes of Jin. Take me with you. I can help you for sure. I have known Ace ever since he joined the Whitebeards. He always told me about his brother. I was arrested because I objected to the war. Jin shouted as his eyes met Naruto's. I want to save Ace too. So please. Let me die for him. Jin yelled as Naruto chuckles, gaining Jin's attention. As always, your soul burns like the son of your Jolly Roger, uncle. After Naruto said that, Ivan's eyes widened in shock at the two being related, while Luffy was confused. Let him out, he isn't someone who just goes back on his words, and besides lying is something the Hoshigaki do not do. Naruto told Luffy, who just started at Jin. Okay. After Luffy said that, Inazuma was shocked again. Are you sure we don't know how dangerous he is? Inazuma said, but even so Luffy didn't care at all. Thank you. Once Jim said that, Ivan gave him a nod to release him. Susanoo he did just that by destructing the shackles and opening the door to let not only him, but Crocodile out as well. All six stood side by side next to each other, as Naruto was the first to speak. First we go to level 5, the reason why I said that isn't because we already are heading there, but something precious to me has been enduring hell for up to 5 years without me. After Naruto said that, Crocodile just made a sound at already knowing what he was talking about. Alright, we don't have much time. We're gonna just break out by force. Hee-haw. Ivan shouted as the group began moving, but upwards thanks to Crocodile. After a few minutes the guards arrived, but were already too late. Within level 5.5, Naruto was putting on a black trench coat which fit him, while Crocodile was getting fitted in his normal attire. As he was getting ready both Naruto and Crocodile's eyes met but said nothing but looked away. The two looks at bone being injected by something from Ivan, but even so they didn't care at all, except getting the fuck out of him. Impelled down. On level 5 some time later in the forest, where are we going? Luffy yelled as the group minus Ivan, Inazuma and his men, the group stopped as they were all standing in the middle of the forest. Naruto Luffy stopped at seeing and hearing Naruto whistle using his left hand. Because of that there was a dead silence that was soon followed by sounds coming from the trees. From a tree was a slowly moving thing of sorts. It was composed of dark blue downward scales, running along the entirety of its length until it hit the hilt. At the base of it was a small skull. It has 4 spider-like legs. As it approached Naruto very slowly due to it being cold, along with most if not all of its scales broken. Igigigi. Once the sound left the thing, Naruto went down on one knee as he placed his right hand on its head. Hello again, my old friend Samaha. Just after saying that the handle moves towards Naruto who grabs it and immediately after they touch the thing hurt up as the blades regenerated while growing small. From its mouth shot out white stalking which Naruto began spinning it as the wrappings wrapped around it as it was fully concealed. Naruto moves it with the handle facing upwards as he moves it to his back and the claw-like spider legs come out as they wrap around Naruto's waist. Good, I have Samaha back. After he said that, Naruto just looked back at the very confused Luffy. Let me explain, Samaha is a weapon I used which belonged to my father, the previous owner. It specializes in killing devil fruit users. When Naruto said that, Luffy's eyes widened as he looked at the weapon. Cut to the chase, tell him who you actually were before you came here. After Crocodile said that, he began running along with Jin fussing at the next level, while Naruto just sighs as he starts walking and soon walks past Luffy while speaking. I was once Vice Admiral of the Marines, the youngest Marine to ever make Vice Admiral. But that hardly matters anymore, Captain. I serve you, and you alone. After he said that he began running after Crocodile and Jin, but as he was running, Luffy followed well deep in thought as to why he ended up in Impel Down. The four were running a flight of stairs, but as they were, Naruto had a lot on his mind after regaining Samaha. Naruto-sama. The words echoed through his mind while his hands turned fists as they made it to the top of the stairs, which are now located at level 4. Doors can't stop me. Crocodile said as he stared at the wooden door and placed his right hand on it. I'll turn it into sand with my right hand. After declaring that, the door began turning to sand much to the shock of the guards who could only watch as the door collapsed. They're coming. One yelled as they all aimed their guns at the group while one guard began speaking into the communication snail. This is level 4. The prisoner from level 6 is a Shichibukai Hoshigaki T. Jin. He yelled while Jin began speaking. This is the burning heat hell. Jin said to himself as he felt himself sweating. The intruder monkey T. Luffy. He continued as Luffy just said it's hot, completely forgetting that he was already here. The former Shichibukai Crocodile and the former Vice Admiral Hoshigaki T. Naruto. Fire everyone. He yelled as the ground unleashes a barrage of fire at Crocodile and Naruto, but not used Samaha to block while Crocodile didn't even move. Instead they allow the bullets to hit and pierce through him. Much to the shock of all the guard, the wounds they inflicted on Crocodile showed sand holes instead of blood, and it was already closing up. Their mind. After he said that, Naruto immediately charged straight for the guard holding the snail, and they all watch in shock as he was slammed in the chest by Naruto's left hand's palm, sending him flying while spinning into the wall. When this happened, Naruto moves fast as he used Samaha to slam into all the guards at once, sending all around him flying by Samaha. But not only were they sent flying, but bleeding badly as well from having slashes on their body from Samaha opening up the wrapping in the end. The Gentle Fist. Naruto said as he turned to a single guard sitting up as he fired a net at him, but when Naruto extended his left hand palm the net was fired straight back at the guard, along with the guard himself slamming hard into the ground from the impact. Samaha meanwhile was devouring the blood much to its enjoyment. Naruto looks at the rest pointing their guns at him. We're no match for then an infamous rookie, 2 Shichibukai, and an ex-vice admiral who was in charge of the devil fruit user capture unit. one guard said fearfully, as Naruto just moved his head to the right where a crack could be heard coming from his neck. "Get out of my way," was all Naruto said as he charged towards the group followed by the other three as well. 10 seconds later, the group defeated the last 30 guards in less than 11 seconds. "Crocodile releases your friend from one of the jail cells," Naruto told Crocodile, who was annoyed at being ordered but couldn't help but agree as he walks towards one of the cells as they hear more movement and turn to see more guards arriving as Naruto just sighs in announcement at seeing this. Of all things to happen, Naruto thought as he gripped Samaha. "GG was the only sound it made as Naruto just smiles at hearing it. As this was happening, Jin was staring at Naruto's back seeing an image of Kisame. Flashback 22 years ago, at Gold D. Roger's execution. "Well, ain't this just interesting?" came the words of a smiling Kisame who stood in front of his younger brother Jin, 23 years old, along with a 17-year-old Doflamingo and a 19-year-old Mihawk behind him, as well as Crocodile aged 23. Kisame wore a black trench coat with Samaha on his back. The sky itself was raining down hard as this was happening. To think he would actually say that out loud, but to be expected by the Pirate King himself. After Kisame says that he turns his back to the executed Gold D. Roger as he passes by the three. "You guys coming or what?" Kisame asked the group who began following after him as Kisame just smiles while his brother just sighs at seeing his smile, looking just like Doflamingo just followed behind him. As they were walking, Kisame opened his jacket, revealing a Jolly Roger with a skeleton's head on it, followed by a D being printed on its forehead. It was on his chest. Ashigaki D. Kisame, captain of the Destiny Pirates and one of the 4 Yonko. Flashback end. "Is that all you've got?" Naruto yelled in annoyance as he sent them flying while cutting them to ribbons. He's just like his father, meaning he also possesses the techniques. Jin thought to himself as he could see the resemblance in attitude. Naruto soon hears more footsteps and turns, seeing that Ivan has arrived with his group. "We've finally made it," Ivan yelled as Bone yelled out Luffy's name, gaining Naruto's attention, and with a better look, he recognizes that man as Bone, who using his devil fruit power to flash the crew. "Bone, you hit a tension boost, huh?" Luffy yelled at seeing his friend slinking fast and crazily. "I'm unstoppable now," he yelled, but Dawes Bones passed the two as he chased after Naruto, who was leading the way by knocking the enemy guards to the side easily. "Emporio face growth hormone," Ivan shouted as he injected himself with survival face manipulating hormones that caused his head to grow massively as that charged on the bridge. "Hell wink," Ivan shouted as his wink sends most soldiers flying off the bridge as one began speaking to the communication snail as to what the fuck was going down on level 4. "Man, you guys are weak," Naruto yelled as he cut so many with each swipe of Samaha and sends the two to the ground in pain while it just absorbs the blood. The army of guards were doing nothing but flying due to the large group of prisoners. "Let's go to Navy HQ," Luffy yelled as the entire group agreed with him, but ahead a group of blue gorillas were charging for them on the bridge as the other prisoners kept releasing more and more criminals, adding to that number quickly. "Head guard Saldith, we're counting on you," one prison guard yelled, immediately causing Naruto to scan the area for the one in charge, and he spots him, a kid. As he was looking at the kid, a blue gorilla jumped high, snubs him, but before it could use its large axe on Naruto, the best was drained completely of moisture by Crocodile. Naruto immediately charged the group of guards and sent them flying with a single swing, regardless of not even being at full power. Naruto ends up in front of Saldith and grabs his pitchfork, breaking it in two with a single hand. "Go home," Naruto told the kid as he jumped back to his group of prisoners and comrades. As he did so, he slashed at the back of a blue gorilla's back, gaining a pained cry from it. "You don't have time to be standing around. Leave your backs to and just keep running forward and climbing upward. Get going," Ivan yelled to Luffy while Naruto sent another blue gorilla flying over the bridge with his aqua gentle fist. "Luffy follows me," Naruto yelled as he began charging for the guards, but blinked in surprise at seeing the demon guards, Minacola, Minorhinoceros, and Mini Zebra standing guard in front of the criminals, much to their surprise, since the one leading the group was Sadi. "These kids won't let you take a single step past this spot," after saying that both Jin and Luffy were behind him. "Naruto, you shouldn't fight in your condition since your body." He was cut off by Naruto, who started speaking. "I already know, but right now I need to get to the water," Naruto told him as he sped up towards the guards. "Wait," someone shouted, which caused Naruto to stop running and look at the prison standing in front of them, all a part of Ivan's group. "You don't have to deal with these things. Just as Iva ordered, you should keep moving, Straw Hat. Leave the demon guards to us." He told them that. Naruto just raises an eyebrow when hearing that. "They call us the Nakama's 6 forces." The 6 yells start to appear in Luffy's eyes. "Wow. Are they strong?" Luffy asked out loud, wanting to know. These babies have plenty of friends who lost their lives to the hellish torment of Impel Down. It seems they've got quite a grudge against the jailers, demon guards, and guards. Wi-Fi treated them mercilessly. After Ivan said that the two chief guards began sweating while Naruto was lost in thought about vengeance, he had only two people he wanted to kill the most out of everyone in this entire world. Just as Naruto snapped out of Iron End, he saw that the demon guards were restrained by chains, but they broke out. Pathetic weaklings, Crocodile whispered in disappointment while Naruto just sighs. We need to keep moving. He yelled at the two, and while he was the first to charge at the group followed by Jin and Luffy. You're third. Luffy yelled as he was both down on his right thumb. Gaijin Karate. Both Jin yelled at the same time. Naruto yelled 8 trigrams. Gomu no Gigant. Luffy yelled as he thrusted his giant fist straight for the large demon guard. Dosenmine Gawara. Jin yelled looking at the zebra guard. Mountain Naruto yelled as he extended his left palm out towards the rhino. Seiken. Jin yelled as he straight up punched the zebra in the face, sending it flying. Pistol. Luffy yelled as a large right fist slammed straight into the Cola guard, sending it flying past the jailers, while Naruto slammed his left hand palm on the rhino's stomach area as he yelled Crusher. Causing a large imprint of his hand to appear on the rhino, who was sent flying past the guards, much to their horror at the three taking out the demon guards with a single move. Naruto suddenly falls on one knee as he was taking large intakes of air at being tired from using his stronger technique. If I can't get to the ocean, but if I'm right, he's in charge. If so, I can use Samaha to fight without using my devil fruit powers. But even so, I hope you're not the one in charge, Naruto thought to himself as he thought of one name in particular. Magellan. Naruto thought to himself of his former friend DFCU, Devil Fruit User Capture Unit member. Naruto looks at the fallen prisoners that were beaten by the demon guards, which caused him to remember hearing words from 5 years ago. I'm sorry Naruto-sama, I was too weak. Naruto grits his teeth at remembering those words clearly as he sees an image of a girl dying in his arms. Damn it, why do I have to think about that now? After thinking that, he grips Samaha as he stood up. Naruto, are you alright? Luffy yelled, stopping at his right. He just watched as Naruto sighs while looking on ahead at the scared guards. I'll be okay, once we reach the ocean I'll be okay, or we fight him I will also be okay, but never mind that, we need to charge forward. Naruto told Luffy, who nods as the two look on ahead at Sadi swinging her whip at the criminals and sending them back from the impact it has. Damn her. Luffy yelled, but before he could jump towards her, he found Naruto's left arm extended in front of him to stop him from charging at the chief guard. Ivan, you got this right. Naruto asked him, which he just smiles along with giving him a nod. Keep moving forward. Hee-haw. Ivan trekked as he jumped in front of them, now facing the guard himself. I will be your opponent. Ivan said, much to her disgust, but her eyes widened at Naruto jumping over her, along with Luffy, much to her shock, as she swung her whip at him, but it was deflected by Samaha so that the two could land behind her without a problem, and they charge onward towards the next level. They were followed by Inazuma along with other prisoners as well, but before they could go on they stopped at seeing the doors opening slowly. Stand back, Naruto told everyone behind him as he walked forwards towards the door by himself. Vice Warden Handable, I presume. After Naruto said that, the Vice Warden points his Kesui at Naruto. This is the fortress of hell. You shall not pass. He yelled at the group while entering a fighting stance. Who is this guy barging in hard like he's so big? Luffy asked them, confused, but just after he said that, Naruto could only sigh due to him once again not listening. He's the Vice Warden. Luffy, listen, Naruto told Luffy as the criminals charge for the Vice Warden, but that was when Naruto looked up as he jumps out of the way along with Luffy and Inazuma so they could dodging the nets being fired at them, but the criminals weren't so lucky since they were caught. Behold. He yelled as he showed them and sent behind him guarding the stairs. I've got 1,000 Menmas guarding the stairs to level 3, all wielding bazookas loaded with special prison ammunition. There's no escape for you. Hannibal yelled while both Luffy and Inazuma just grit their teeth, but then they heard a chuckle which originated from Naruto, gaining their attention. After he said that, Naruto walked towards the Vice Warden now standing in front of him. Hannibal just takes a deep breath while switching the weapon to his left hand while his right hand was free. He moved so the weapon was not hiding behind him. To defend the bright future of the defenseless civilians, Hoshigaki D. Naruto, world-renowned traitor to the Marines, I will carry out your sentence on the warden's behalf. He yelled at Naruto, who just hit serious after the word traitor left his mouth. Now you've done it, I may not be at full power, but even so, after he said that Naruto, he charged straight for Hannibal, who raised his weapon high while spinning it. Both swung at the same time, but neither had the upper hand to do both, as of right now being equally matched in physical strength. Don't underestimate me. Hannibal yelled, causing Naruto to grit his teeth in annoyance, while the guards began chanting his name, causing the guy to jump back, yelling, as he started spinning his weapon, causing flames to appear on it too. You know it. The Hanya Carnival. Shimetsu Jigoku Garuma. He yelled loudly as he immediately charged at Naruto, who jumped back dodging the blazing weapon, but as he did his legs gave out due to reaching his physical limit with his legs from being too exhausted. Naruto fell just as Hannibal goes to slash at him, but Naruto immediately extended his left hand so that his palm was the first thing Hannibal noticed as Naruto yelled out vacuum palm. With that said, the guy felt a force pushing against him that caused him to skid back while Naruto began taking deep breaths. Before the vice warden could attack again, the two heard Luffy's voice. "Dear second." Luffy yelled loudly, gaining both of their gazes to see Luffy was steaming, much to the surprise and shock of the two. "Gomu Gomu no," Luffy yelled as he passed Naruto, immediately leaving a trail of smoke behind him. In an instant the vice warden was being hit by a barrage of punches. "Jet Gatling." Luffy yelled as the vice warden fell backwards as he was hurt badly from that strike. Naruto just watched as he hit the ground, still in shock at what he just saw Luffy do. That's just like how Naruto stopped his train of thought from shaking his head. Inazuma ran to Naruto's right so he could help him stand up, but after helping him stand up, the two immediately noticed Hannibal on one knee, with his right hand gripping Luffy's left leg, much to their shock, but it was knocked washed by Luffy, who watched as he stood up tiredly and hurt. "I will not," he said while he swung his blade for Luffy, who just jumped back. "Let you pass." He shouted at the top of his lungs, causing the guards to cheer loudly. "Follow the vice warden's lead. Keep fighting." One guard yelled as they charged at the criminals. "Fine by us." The prisoners yelled as they charged as well. "Move it." Luffy yelled as his right fist slammed into the ground, hard reactivating second gear. "I'm gonna save Ace." Luffy yelled as Hannibal pointed his weapon at Luffy while both the guards and criminals were fighting it out along with the help of Luffy's group. Naruto and Inazuma watch as Luffy sent his right fist extending straight for Hannibal, punching him in his left cheek hard and sending him rolling away hard, but even Single stood up and charged again. "That was nothing. I can still fight." Hannibal yelled as he jumped wine spinning clockwise as he swung his flaming blade at Luffy, who moved to the right then left, now jumping in the air while punching him once again the cheek, yelling, "Get out of my way." But even after Thatcher stood up, not giving up regardless of the distance between them. "I will not let you pass." Hannibal yelled as his weapon's blade was consumed by flames as he pointed it at Luffy, who was already spinning in the air. "Gomu Gomu no jet stamp." Luffy yelled as he slams both legs down on Hannibal, sending him to the ground as Luffy lands while deactivating second gear. Just as he was about to start walking away, Hannibal grabs Luffy by his left shoulder. "Wait." Hannibal yelled, shocking Luffy, who gritted his teeth in anger. "Don't get in my way." Luffy yelled once again as he knocked Hannibal's hand away as he began dodging his weapon again. "Damn. I have to hurry or Ace will," Luffy yelled, but even after saying that, it was already clear that he would win from seeing Hannibal's condition. "I'm not letting you pass." He shouted loudly at Luffy, but in less than a couple more minutes the fight with the guards was over. Everyone was watching Luffy's fight, but he keeps knocking Hannibal down, but he just keeps getting back up. "What do you mean, you're gonna save your brother? Don't try to glorify the trash of society. You pirates and rebels gained your reputations outside by committing crimes," he said, but fell to one knee weakly. "Vice Warden Hannibal." One guard yelled, crying in sadness at seeing him hurt badly. "Just stay down. You'll die." Another guard talked in shock. "Civilians can't sleep at night fearing that their loved ones will lose their lives, and it's all because you scum dare to sail the seas, and that is why we imprison the most dangerous criminals around the world. To make sure that the defenseless civilians can rear easy. This is the fortress of hell. If it were to fall, the whole world would descend into the depths of fear. I said I wouldn't let you pass, so you're not taking a single step past me." He yelled at the top of his lungs, which all Naruto did was sigh, as he knew if Luffy doesn't hurry up, then the warden will arrive. The group suddenly heard screams coming from the door behind Vice Warden Hannibal, gaining everyone's attention to see what's going on. Hannibal's eyes widened in shock at seeing his men sinking in darkness. "Hey. What happened to you?" Hannibal shouted, and just like that he got his answer. "Just give it up." When they heard that, the darkness in the next room grew. "Don't go around spouting that crap about justice or evil. You can look all over the world, but you'll never find an answer." As the guy yelled that, a left foot came out of the darkness, smashing into Hannibal's face hard and smashing him into the ground hard. "Ridiculous." After yelling that, the defeated soldiers came out of his darkness all wounded and hurt the basket while unconscious too. As they fell out of the darkness, the man lifted his foot off Hannibal's face, smiling widely. Luffy becomes shocked recognizing the man, while Naruto just stares at the darkness with narrowed eyes. "He's that guy I met in Jaya," Luffy says to himself, and Naruto turns to him quickly after hearing that. The darkness around the man disappeared as he stood up. Oh. Well, this sure is quite an impressive group. We've walked in on a pretty major incident, huh? Ahahaha. The man said, smiling, while Naruto noticed Jin's hands turning into shaking fists. Teach. What are you doing here? Or I suppose I should call you Blackbeard now. After saying that, both Straw Hat Pirates' eyes widen, knowing exactly who that is, since Naruto heard rumors down on level 6 about a man called Blackbeard capturing Ace. Jin. Hey, no need to be so violent. Mind loosening that fist of yours? Oh yeah, I heard you and Ace were good friends, huh? But I'm not the one you should be blaming here. Ahahaha. Blackbeard shouted loudly while Luffy's eyes widened all the way, knowing Ace was chasing after a man calling himself Blackbeard. So you're after Luffy said that he was stopped by Naruto raising his Samaha in front of Luffy. Allow me, this is what I need. After saying that, Luffy grits his teeth as his hair shadowed his eyes, not doing anything but watch Naruto approach Blackbeard with an annoyed look on his face. Blackbeard, huh? When Naruto said that, the man tilted his head, staring at Naruto, who almost stood at his height. Huh? Oh, yeah, I never introduced myself, did I? Hahaha. It isn't the son of one of the previous Yonkos. After yelling that, Naruto grits his teeth. You know, I sure was surprised at hearing how your wrath caused the sea itself to go wild. But I have to admit, you look pretty weak from what I heard, still pissed about that spy dying. After he said that, Naruto gripped Samaha. Anyways, seeing all of you together must mean you're going to Ace's execution. They're gonna start soon, you know. Right, Luffy, your brother's execution, that is. Ahahaha. He said to Luffy as he pointed at Crocodile. From what I heard, you're the one who took down that ex-Shichibukai crocodile over there, huh? Straw Hat Luffy. Back then, when I was still trying to become a Shichibukai, I thought the best idea was to kill you and use that to prove my strength to the world government. Just after saying that, Naruto swung Samaha at Blackbeard, who was slashed across the chest, gaining a yell of pain as he stumbled back in pain. Captain. Van said with little worry at seeing Blackbeard glaring at Naruto as he was bleeding. Who are you, little? He yelled as darkness began to come out of him just as Naruto charged for him, but Blackbeard extended his left hand immediately. Kurozu. He shouted as darkness covered his hand, causing Naruto to be pulled towards Blackbeard, who grabbed him by his waist. Naruto. Jin and Luffy yelled as they watched Naruto being slammed hard into the ground, causing him to vomit out blood as he lay there. Luffy was cut off by Crocodile's left hand, grabbing Luffy's right shoulder, causing him to turn towards Crocodile. Don't worry, Blackbeard just made one very stupid mistake involving using his Loja Devil Fruit on Naruto. Just after saying that, everyone looked at Naruto to see he was smiling, while Samaha was biting down on Blackbeard's left leg, much to his shock, but before he could do anything he saw that his strength was being drained, while all his darkness was being absorbed into Samaha, who in turn began transferring that into Naruto, who starting changing by growing muscles all over his body, including a six-pack, his wounds healing, and the blood on the ground being absorbed into Samaha. Finally, when it comes to facing almost every kind of Loja Devil Fruit user, he stopped right there from instantly sitting up, much to Blackbeard's shock, who was then hit by a left-hand uppercut, sending him flying up high, much to the shock the Blackbeard pirates, who saw his left arm covered in Busashoku Haki. Do you actually think that you could beat me that easily? Naruto asked as Blackbeard landed in front of him as he touched his chin with blood coming from his mouth. Samaha absorbs certain kinds of devil fruit powers, as you have just seen, but mostly when he bites down on any devil fruit user he absorbs their devil fruit abilities and in turn transfers it to me, so my stamina, wounds, and body return to normal. With my body now back to its original form, I can now use my haki, including that you of all people cannot defeat me due to the fact I can just easily absorb your darkness. After saying that, Blackbeard starts sweating at seeing that to the smile. Blackbeard, wanna repeat that again about her being a spy? After he asked, Samaha grew instantly as its mouth appeared showing its teeth. Blackbeard could only swallow at seeing this for the first time. As of right now, it would be a one-sided massacre if he were to face the man that was nicknamed the King of the Ocean. The other Blackbeard pirates were very unsure of what they should do, since for the first time Blackbeard was showing fear on his face at seeing Samaha smiling at Teach. The Gigagigi. It sounded as if he just smiled hearing that, but suddenly an explosion happened far behind them, causing Naruto's eyes to widen from using his Kenbenshoku Haki to sense the presence of his once friend. Magellan's here, was all Naruto said as the look on his face turned serious. Magellan. Naruto thought to himself with narrowed eyes while Samaha returned to normal size. We will continue this another time. Naruto told Blackbeard, who stood up slowly while touching his wound. Everyone, the warden is coming, so run to the stairs immediately. Naruto yelled at everyone while the guards are thankful that the bias will be arriving. Magellan. So he finally shows himself. Blackbeard said it with an unsure smile on his face. Climb the stairs. The bazooka squad's gone. The path is clear. One prisoner yelled as they all charged through the stairs, immediately knowing full well that they wouldn't survive if the warden got them. Naruto. hurry, and climb up to level 3. One prisoner yelled at Naruto, who was looking back at the direction where Magellan is coming. He then looks at Blackbeard as he starts approaching him, but both didn't fight except Naruto stops at his left. Both stand side by side. So the rumors were true, you're a Loja devil fruit user's one true nightmare, isn't that interesting? Blackbeard said as Naruto starts walking again while speaking. If you ever utter a word about Ace in any kind of hurtful way to my captain again, I will kill you. Naruto threatens Blackbeard, who just swallows. Luffy, we need to go now. Naruto yelled as he started running while placing Samaha on his back as he ran up the stairs. It's another demon guard. It's the Minotaurus, a prisoner yelled up the steps where Naruto was heading. As he speeds up, he gets annoyed at seeing another demon guard who looks up at Naruto, seeing the zone devil fruits user. It began raising its weapon until Naruto showed a more serious look on his face as the prisoners just witnessed the Minotaurus lose consciousness suddenly as it fell forward on the stairs, with Naruto simply jumping on its head as he ran up down its back without a care, much to the prisoner's shock at what he just did. As he was running up the steps, Luffy catches up and shrugs him from behind him. Straw Hat. Came the yell of Magellan that echoes loudly through the entire area they are in, causing it to shake. Run faster. Naruto yelled as he could sense Magellan by using his haki, but soon enough they make it to level 2 as they are now running through the sandy prison area in a hurry, as that was where Naruto looks back, seeing Magellan's Hydra attacking the prisoners. Naruto? Don't look back, just keep running. Nan yelled, which Naruto looked on ahead as Naruto was headed for a large hole in the wall where he entered it, followed by Luffy, along with the rest heading for level 2. Even Naruto thought it, sensing he stayed back by himself along with Inazuma following after, but even so he just continued running. Please survive. Damn it, Naruto whispered as he ran faster when thinking of the one who died in his arms. It didn't take long for them to reach level 2, they were running quickly with Naruto using his Samaha on the manticores by sending them to the walls, but as he was running he noticed the prisoners were all gone. Odd, where the hell are all the prisoners? Naruto asked no one in particular. Never mind that, if we hijack one of the warships or prison ships stationed around the prison, we should be able to reach Marineford before Ace is executed. Jin yelled at Naruto and Luffy. Right. Wait for me, Ace. Luffy yelled as they had 4.5 hours of ram aiming before Ace's execution. As time went on they ran into an unexpected sight. Naruto stopped, seeing Buggy the Clown and Galdino, who ran into Naruto, sending both down to the ground hard, while Crocodile stood next to Naruto. Hey. Watch it, you Croco. Buggy stopped at seeing Crocodile's face, much to the shock of the two. Boss Galdino yelled in shock at seeing his former boss, who just tilted his head while smoking. So it's you, Mr. 3. What's a worthless piece of trash like you doing here? Crocodile asked the now crying Mr. 3. Captain Buggy. One prisoner yelled as they turned, seeing Luffy and Jinbei up ahead with the defeated devil fruit users. They've knocked out the demon guards. He yelled, pointing at the two, but before they could react Naruto walked past the two. Straw Hat. Buggy yelled with shock. Is that the Shichibukai? Galdino is also shocked as Luffy turns to them and smiles. What a relief. So you guys are alright. Luffy says, thankfully, much to their disgust, but that couldn't tell from receiving an annoyed look by Naruto. Captain Buggy. Prisoners and perverts just keep coming up from level 2. One prisoner yelled as he was pointing at the huge hole in the wall. All of you shut up and keep moving. Naruto yelled at everyone loudly as some guards stood next to the yet again defeated demon guards. Hydra. When Naruto heard that, his eyes widened immediately, since behind him was none other than Magellan, now pissed off with blood coming down the left side of his forehead. Everyone began running full speed away while the stronger stayed. Magellan too. What is going on here on this floor? Buggy screamed at the top of his kings in fear. Does that mean that Iva and Crab were? Luffy said with shock, but noticed Naruto standing in front of everybody facing Magellan as he took out Samaha. So we meet again, and years later, Traitor Magellan said to Naruto, who only made a TCH sound before beginning to speak. She was never a spy for the Revolutionary Army to begin with. I've been with her since I was a kid, you should know that the most. Naruto yelled at his old friend, whose poisonous dragon heads were looking at Naruto. Magellan began speaking to his communication snail while he was walking towards Naruto, as his body was no longer covered by the dark purple goop, but only his back was connected to the dragon. As this happened, the prisoners ran for it except the strongest. Eyes, hurry to the next floor. Jin yelled, gaining Naruto's attention. We must hurry to the main entrance. The situation has gotten worse. We've been too focused on Magellan. After yelling, prisoners began at Magellan, who slowly approached them without being stopped. Hurry. Jin yelled as he started running away, followed by Bone and Luffy. Hydra. Magellan yelled as his dragon headed straight for Luffy, Bone and Jin, but before it did, Samaha was raised in front of it, absorbing it into itself, causing it to grow, much to Magellan's annoyance at seeing Naruto standing in front of him. He stopped Magellan's Hydra. One prisoner yelled in excitement and happiness at seeing Naruto point at Samaha at Magellan. Remember, I am the only one that doesn't have to worry about your poison. After yelling that he noticed some of it got on his shoulder, but due to Samaha devouring the devil fruit power he is immune to it. I see you retrieved the symbiote from frozen hell, after saying that he just smirks. Remember, I know you more than anyone here, including ways of hurting you while you're covered in that stuff. Anyways, all of you run, I'll catch up with you guys, and that's a promise. Naruto yelled to them, as Magellan's dragon extends all three heads at Naruto, who just knocks all three away easily. Let's go, men. Buggy yelled, and with a cheer they started running away, while Luffy just smiled at how badass Naruto is at not needing to worry about the poison. Luffy. We must hurry, as well. Jin told him to gain Luffy's attention. Oh, yeah, you said we're gonna steal a warship, right? Luffy asks him, as he just nods saying yes. That going you too. Naruto yelled at them, as they gave him a nod and started running away leaving the two. You can't block all of my attacks, Naruto. I also know all your abilities, as well as you can't use your strength without the ocean. You haven't drank any ocean water in over 5 years. Magellan told Naruto, who just smokes after hearing that. Though I am immune, but not completely, so I'll just become completely immune. Once he said that, Magellan was now confused at hearing him say that. Magellan just witnessed a shocking sight as Samaha began fusing with himself as he threw off his jacket. As it goes on, Naruto looks more like a shark now. When did you? After saying that, Naruto just smiles as he crouches while Magellan's body is once again consumed by the goop again, while bringing back his right fist and with a yell sends a Hydra head straight at Naruto, but shockingly, he jumps right into it, now traveling up its neck that's connected to Magellan, who couldn't react fast enough by Naruto appearing right in front of him as he chomps down on his right shoulder, gaining a yell of pain as his teeth pierce through his shoulder, drawing blood along with his body absorbing his devil fruit powers, but even so he rams his right fist hard into Naruto's face, but he withstands it as Magellan continues punching Naruto on the face. I'm going to the Grand Line to find the all blue. I'm gonna be king of the pirates. The world's best swordsman. I'm going so I can draw a map of the entire world. I guess I'm going to be a brave warrior of the sea. And now to the Grand Line. Just after those words pass through his head, he immediately slams his right fist covered straight into Magellan's face, sending him skidding back. Why did you have to betray the world government? Magellan yelled as he had a first impression on his bruised face. Naruto asked sadness and sorrow. Please survive, find people you can rely on, and protect. Roar. Naruto screamed as he charged straight for Magellan, ramming his head into his stomach, causing him to skid back as he raised both fists and brought it down on his back, followed by a right knee uppercut, causing him to bite off his own tongue. Flashback years ago. Seriously, Mag, you forgot to stop your poison again. A kid, Naruto said to a kid Magellan, who starts tearing up at seeing the dead plant, but suddenly water began pouring in the plant, causing both to blink in surprise and turn to see a girl. She has blue hair, dark blue eyes, pale skin. Her long hair was tightly curled at the base, wearing a navy blue coat, a fur shawl with a bamzoo attached to it, as well as a Russian Cossack hat. From her hand was water dripping from it on the plant. There, all better. She said, smiling while Magellan wipes his tears away while Naruto just smiles. Flashback end. Yuvia was never a traitor. That man framed her, you fucking idiot, how could you of all people fall for that? Naruto screamed as his right fist rams against Magellan's right fist, both not having the upper hand against the other. End. Open once. Naruto whispered that Magellan's eyes widened at Naruto's right fist, pushing back his fist completely, followed by receiving a left fist, sending him skidding back, but even so he withstands it, but it hurt even more. Let's put an end to this pointless stalling. I've already ordered all warships to leave Impel down. The warships you were planning to steal are already gone. After saying that, Naruto just smiles. Really now, I doubt that. After saying that, he noticed his eyes glow red and immediately he refuses Samaha, knowing what's about to happen next. From Magellan's head was a reddish poison liquid goop that consumed his entire body, seeing Naruto's eyes narrowed as he threw Samaha back, which landed on the ground while spider-like legs came out of it. Naruto just watched the red goop start spreading from Magellan's. It went all around him as he just stood there. Venom demon. He roared as the goop suddenly stopped spreading, along with it no longer covering his body. It started retracting back to Magellan as he yelled loudly as it started forming over him entirely, changing his shape to that of a demonic-looking devilish giant. It raises its right arm while Naruto sighs while moving both arms in an X-like pattern. He began whispering to himself quietly. Bigoku no Shinpan. He shouted as he brought it for Naruto, who opened his eyes, showing them completely white. The fourth gate. Gate of pain, open. Naruto screamed as his blue skin turns blood red, while veins appears he disappears with incredible speed, causing Magellan's eyes to widen from the speed causing the ground to explode, as a right foot was already connecting with his chin, sending him flying right out of his venom demon, much to his shock and fear at knowing this. Damn it, he can already give you the forbidden gates, Magellan thought with shock as he found Naruto already above him with his muscles tearing as he brought his right fist back that was covered with haki. Shy Magellan couldn't finish that thought from Naruto yelling, "Hidden Lotus." Naruto screamed as he rammed it straight into his stomach, causing his old friend to vomit out blood as he was sent straight down through his venom demon, causing a large explosion with rubble flying everywhere, along with a large dust cloud appearing. As this happened, Naruto lands on the ground while in pain from using the attack. Naruto just looks up seeing an unmoving Magellan laying in a crater. Naruto just stood up slowly while Samaha went to him and he just picked it up while placing it on his back. After doing so his skin color returns to normal while Samaha is behind healing his wounds. Luffy? Naruto thought as he started running towards the entrance while Magellan's right hand index finger twitched as his eyes opened wide. It only took him a couple of minutes to arrive where Luffy and the others were except for a few. Luffy? Naruto yelled as Luffy looks and smiles instantly seeing Naruto running towards them. Sorry I'm late. He was cut off by the ground exploding behind him with red goop, much to everyone's shock, including Naruto, who turned seeing Venom Demon's right hand grabbing and consuming him completely much to his shock as he screamed in utter pain at this, along with Samaha as they're sent rolling towards Luffy, but even so he stood up slowly. As he did so the entire building began shaking much to everyone's shock. Magellan just stopped moving as his eyes widened from seeing the ocean behind him, creating a humongous hand of seawater. Magellan's eyes widen as Naruto just gives Magellan a gentle smile. I win. After Naruto said that the end immediately extends towards the wide-eyed Magellan, who was consumed by the seawater that destroys his venom demon while slamming him hard against a wall as he was being hit by so much seawater that it wouldn't stop. As this was happening large amounts of seawater was entering Naruto's mouth non-stop as his strength came back fully with the venom demon poison being cured. As it finally stopped, Magellan was taking deep breaths as he was drenched with seawater. He looks up seeing Naruto standing in front of Magellan while looking down at him. He killed her without interrogating her. If she was a spy he was supposed to do that, but instead he just killed her right in front of me and you expect me to let something like that go? After staring, he turns his back to Magellan as he starts walking towards the others. After all, Akainu and I never got along not once, so don't you dare call me a traitor when he's the one that killed Juvia. Naruto told Magellan as he approached his captain. Thanks for watching my video, see you next time, till then sayonara.